Hey there everyone, No DMAA here coming at you with a Gabumon deck profile. So I have a Gabumon deck that has some red spicy tech in it. I'll explain that later in the video, but right now let's just go over like the babies, my matchups for the tournament and all that. So I run 4 Upamon. I think you should only be running 4 just because the 5th baby will mess you up. Because games go so fast in this format that you want to start with the baby you want. So guarantee that. Let's look at all the Gabumons in the deck. So I run 4 the promo one, the on play, look at top 5 to add a tamer. He's really good. He can grab your Matt, your Ty, your Davis. I run the 2 Ty, the 2-drop Ty, who gives 1,000 power. I run this bad boy. I never draw him. I wish I drew him more. 4 of the new Gabumon from BT6. The all turns when you play a tamer with Matt in the name, you can gain a memory. And then the inheritable is if this Digimon is Gabumon Bond of Friendship, you can unsuspend it. So that's pretty good. I never start with him though. I never have him. I always have the other Gabumons but him. 4 of this Gabumon from the starter deck. That if you have 8 or more cards in your hand inheritable, this Digimon gets 1,000 power. So that's pretty good. And then the last Gabumon is the 1-drop Gabumon. I mean not the 3-drop Gabumon, let you draw a card. So I run 16 Gabumons. I'm thinking about upping it to 2 more Gabumons. Just don't know which ones. Either the promo one that'll let you trash a card, or the starter deck one that when you swing you can rip a source from a level 4 Lord Digimon. Not sure yet. But sometimes I brick because I run more options than usual. So yeah, those are my rookies. Champions, this is where I'll change things up too. I run 3 Lobo, 1 Kendo. So this is the win con. This card that actually came up in games. He was bouncing level 3s back to the hand, like Sistermons, the Mirror Match, Gabumons, Agumons. He's good to get this stuff off board in case they try to bond you. I'll probably take out Grizzlymon. I feel like blockers are really bad in this format. So I'll probably take this out for the Octopusmon because he's 7k base. And be able to Lightning Joust him and Delicate Plan is better than on a blocker. Because I had to do that. Then for this bad boy, Bond of Friendship. When attacking, if you have a Tamer in play, you can unsuspend it, and then when it attacks, you can return a level 5 or lower Digimon from your opponent's side to the bottom of the deck. So that's not once per turn. The once per turn is unsuspending, but not the bouncing. I'm like, it's really strong to be able to bounce cards off like that. Like you can end the game, or even make sure that they can't kill you next turn. Tamers. 4 of the new mat. If you move a Gabumon or Garurumon from the breeding area to that battle area, gain 1 memory and draw a card. Then he's the one that allows you to warp to a Gabumon into a Bonds. You have to trash the top 2 security to do that, and then if you have 1 or more security cards left, he dies. Pretty good. Davis is the memory setter. He lets you look at top 3 and grab a blue or green Digimon. He's helped me a lot to grab either the rookie count or to grab the bonds when I don't have it. So he's been useful. I like Davis. Davis is very good. Then the spicy tag. 3 tie. So 3 tie right now. Just because that 1,000 power actually does make a difference sometimes. Like, it gets him over things. So that's actually been helpful. 3 Coitus Breaths, 3 Hammer Sparks, then 2 Howling. So this is the tech where I'm kind of gonna like maybe cut 1 Coitus Breath, cut 1 something else, just to add more rookies because I have not been seeing my rookies as much. I think I see Coitus Breath too much. Like I have in my hand, but like I really don't want to drop it. So I'll probably cut 1 out, cut 1 of something else out. And then Howling Boost, Memory Boost is so good to stall. Like, it can trash 2 sources and make sure your opponent can't swing at me. I've actually done this so they can't kill me for game. I played 2 out, so they may... I had enough memory for that. Thanks, Matt. This is card. This is good. This is a good lineup. Coitus Sprout just bounces the card back to the hand. I've bounced Megas back. And then the Hammer Spark is just gain 1 memory. It's dope. Let's talk about the spicy tech. Lightning Joust. from the new Gabumon starter deck. This card is very underrated. When your Digimon gets 2,000 power, then if you have less than or equal to your opponent's security, +1 security to that Digimon as well. So this is really good because 100% of the time, Gabumon will make you less than your opponent's security. So like you're guaranteed to get the +1 security because being able to give +1 security to Gabumon is very strong. Especially when you combo it with Delicate Plan. Because you will have enough memory if you have enough mats out, or if you have especially if you have a memory setter. Memory setter plus mats, you're guaranteed to use these cards to buff him up to make sure you can get over stuff and stop the options from killing you. So I enjoy this deck a lot. I've had to use this on a blocker, like my Grizzlymon once, and I was like, this might as well be like a Gorillamon or an Octomon or whatever that octopus thing is. I think I'd rather run the octopus because that'll help you choke your opponent better if they don't have a memory setter. And Lightning Joust would make it a 9k plus the tie because that'll be out to make sure I can use the Lightning Joust. So he'll be a 10k beater going at the security, and options don't activate. So he has a high chance of like living through it in case I can't use it on the Gabumon. And I have multiple ties out. He'll be 11k, so it's like even better. I've had multiple ties out. The only problem I've had with this deck is like there's so many options that I've bricked. Like it happened to me when I played Rookie Rush last format. I opened my hand with like 3 Blinding Rays, a Masquerade, and like a Champion, and I was like, rip. That happened to me in the tournament. I managed to because I went second, so I drew a Gabumon in time, so I was able to get the momentum going. It was just more like I had to pass turn a lot because I had too many Lightning Jousts in my hand or whatever. So I might cut a Lightning Joust and a Koya's Breath just to add 2 more Gabumons, literally, just to increase the consistency of rookies. That's literally my only flaw with this build. It's like I increased my brickability, I guess, by having too many options. So I'm like I have to cut like stuff out to make sure I guarantee my rookies. Like 18 or 19 seems pretty solid. I might add 3 Gabumons instead of 2. I just have to see what needs to be going out. Like, I think a Koya's Breath definitely needs to leave the deck, a Lightning Joust, because those are the cards where I'm like, these cards I really wish I don't want to be seeing right now. Like, the 2-2 ratio seems fine. Maybe a Hammer Spark, but I like 3. Everything else seems fine to me. This build is so good. People call it Pepsi. I don't like that name. I just like calling it Gabumon with a spice of red. Like, I don't know. Pepsi is simpler. But that name is stupid. Like calling something else Dr. Pepper too, I'm like, or when McDonald's was a thing, when security control was called McDonald's, thank God that name did not stick. But I don't know. Gabumon. Alright, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all next time.